Joe of Chaosmonaut here to talk about some of the progress we're making on our recording our new album, all the things that we're learning that's making our lives a little bit easier, some of the more advanced techniques in Reaper that I did not know before. So here we go. So right here we have the track layout for a section we call the thrash section, and we have Joey's guitar tracks, which we have several DI tracks. We've got several tracks through 5150 and through a Black Star. Now, these tracks, we recorded the DI tracks in parallel with the amp tracks, so they are automatically synced up and lined up through here. Now, the fun part is when you have, these amp tracks, trying to understand where the measures are beginning and ending and the note transitions is very difficult. So having this DI track right up here allows us to much more easily set up our tempo mapping to these tracks, because the notes are far more easily defined. So essentially what we do is we have this fader, or this envelope on the master bus that is essentially a tempo fader, or tempo envelope is what it's called. And what we're doing is, we're using this this DI track to map out where these notes are hitting. And so, we line up this first note on the first measure here and set the tempo so that the end of the measure ends on on the first note of the second measure here. And then we would take a look at where the third measure starts and adjust the tempo so that the grid lines line up here. So here's what this allows us to do. I'll play for you the amp track. And so you can hear with the metronome that it's perfectly aligned measure to measure, even though the track speeds up and slows down a little bit, through the natural course of playing. So what this means is that when we send this map over to our drummer, who is now going to be programming some electronic drums to act as a scratch track, we'll be able to line those drums up perfectly with the guitar, and then we can start tracking everything else on top of that. So yeah, this makes the organization of the album far easier, and it's going to help things sound much tighter.